The house smelled like lemon cleaner and new paint. My mother stood by the marble island, swirling her wine as light hit the brass fixtures. "Beautiful, isn't it?" she said. I didn't answer. The lawyer beside me opened his briefcase. Her smile faltered. "You sold my inheritance, Mom," I said quietly. "You used my father's trust fund to build this kitchen." Her grip tightened on the glass. "Don't start this again, Noah." The lawyer cleared his throat. "Elaine Briggs, you're being served. Let's wait here before we continue. Please do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and also drop your comment below. Let's continue. My name is Noah Briggs. I'm 30 years old, a carpenter by trade, just like my dad. After he passed, his will stated the land parcel behind the family home would go to me when I turned 30. My mother would keep the house. Simple. But on my 30th birthday, I got a letter from the county registry. The land had been sold months ago. The signature on the documents, my mother. When I called her, she laughed like it was nothing. "Oh honey, it was just sitting there. I needed the money to renovate the kitchen. You'll thank me when the house value goes up." I sat in my truck outside a job site staring at the phone. My hands were shaking. "That wasn't yours to sell," I said. "It's our family's property, Noah," she replied. "Your father's money, my house. You don't even live here anymore." A week later, she posted pictures online. "New beginnings," the caption read, showing off white cabinets and imported tile. Hundreds of comments, compliments. Not one mention of the land my dad and I cleared together when I was 17. That night I drove out to what used to be mine. It was just dirt and stumps now, sold to a developer who'd already leveled everything. I wanted to scream. I wanted to drive to her house and demand answers. But instead I took a deep breath. My dad always said, if you react fast, you lose slow. So I called an old family friend, Mr. Howell, the estate lawyer who handled my father's will. When he heard what happened, he went silent for a long time. "Noah," he said finally, "she never had the right to touch that property, but we'll need proof." For months I played the dutiful son, Sunday dinners, birthday calls, fake smiles. Meanwhile, I gathered everything: bank statements, text threads, her renovation receipts. One message stood out: "Finally used the old land money, kitchen's going to be stunning." That was all I needed. I sent it to Howell with the timestamp. "Let's make it right," I said. "You're really suing your mother." I didn't respond. To them, I was the selfish son, the ungrateful one. Mom played the victim beautifully. She'd say things like, "I just wanted to improve the home your father built." She forgot one thing: my father's will was airtight. Howell found the clause I remembered. Property lot 16 to be transferred in full to Noah Briggs upon his 30th birthday. No sale, lien, or mortgage shall be made against it prior to that date. It was crystal clear. When Howell sent her an official notice of violation, she ignored it. That was her second mistake. 3 weeks later, I visited her. She was hosting a small dinner party, her new kitchen gleaming like a showroom. She introduced me to her friends as my stubborn son who doesn't understand real estate. I smiled. "Oh, I understand just fine." Her friends laughed awkwardly. She didn't. Howell told me to be patient. "We'll let her finish the remodel," he said. "Every dollar she spends ties her deeper to stolen funds." I hated waiting, but I understood. Every chandelier, every slab of quartz, it was all built on what my father left me. Months passed. I stopped answering her calls. She sent messages: "You're being ridiculous, it's just money." That phrase stuck in my head: just money. She didn't see what she destroyed. It wasn't about cash, it was about respect, about legacy. Then one morning I saw it in the paper: local property fraud under investigation. The name Elaine Briggs was listed among others. She called me that night, her voice trembling. "You did this." "I didn't sell land that wasn't mine," I said, and hung up. Investigators visited her home. She told neighbors it was a misunderstanding. But I knew the truth was circling her like sharks. The kitchen became her obsession, a symbol of her defiance. She started avoiding me completely. Perfect. I didn't speak to her for 5 months. In that time, Howell built the case airtight. We found emails, a falsified signature, and a record of funds wired directly into her renovation contractor's account. Her arrogance had done the work for us. She received the first legal notice on a Friday morning. Instead of calling me, she went on Facebook again. Some people just can't move on, she wrote. But on Monday, the bank froze her home equity line. She finally called. Noah, they're saying I owe restitution, that's insane. I stayed quiet. Please just talk to me, she said. I tried, I replied. You laughed. Click. The hearing was small, quiet, almost anticlimactic. But when the judge read the will aloud, Elaine's face drained of color. Her attorney tried to argue she had implied consent. Howell handed over the messages. This one says she used the land money, clear intent. Case closed. The court ordered her to return the full value of the property plus damages. She didn't have that kind of money. So they placed a lien on her house, the same one she'd gutted and rebuilt. Her dream kitchen was now collateral. Weeks later she called again, I didn't answer. Then came a text, they're taking the house, Noah, please talk to me. I stared at it for a long time. The house wasn't mine, the land wasn't hers. But the justice was perfect. The day she had to vacate, I showed up with Howell. She stood in the doorway, small and tired. You win, she said softly. I looked past her, at the marble counters, the brass fixtures. This isn't a win, I said, it's what you chose. Howell handed her the paperwork. The property and assets will revert to Noah until full repayment, he explained. She stared at him. You're the lawyer I ignored, she said quietly. He nodded once. Yes, ma'am, you should have read the letters. She sat on a stool, clutching her wine glass. I just wanted to make something beautiful, she whispered. I almost felt sorry for her, almost. But then I looked at the marble island where she'd toasted her friends. She made beauty out of betrayal. I walked to the window, the same spot where Dad used to stand while sanding his woodwork. This house used to have warmth, I said, you stripped it for shine. She didn't reply, just stared at the floor. As I walked out, I ran my hand along the countertop. Cold, expensive, empty. I turned to her one last time. Dad built this home with love, I said, you rebuilt it with greed. Then I left. Months later, I bought a small workshop near the coast with the settlement. I named it Briggs & Son Woodworks, the name Dad always wanted. I never heard from her again. Sometimes people stop by the shop and ask if I miss her. I just smile and say, I learned what not to build.